Well, hello, this is Stewie. We're having a sexy party with Manny Moonraker on the Tempest Universe. Cheers!
China!
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
It's China to me, China.
Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside.
China!
This is the Tempest Universe, man. Hold on to your ass. You're in for a hell of a ride.
Oh, Lord. It is the 23rd of October. We are a week away, almost a week away from Thanksgiving. This time it's on a Monday. This year, 2022, the year after COVID. Is that a real thing? I don't even know anymore. I mean, did COVID really happen? I feel like it's been implanted in all our minds, but it might not be real. I don't know if it happened or not. It's been a long week. And I'm sure you guys feel that way. Actually, by the time most of you listen to this, it's Monday, so you're back in the shitter again. You're taking your extra break somewhere, trying to get away from the prying eyes that are trying to keep you at work, earning a buck or two, right? That's what's happening right now. Anyway, I had to run out. I think I was maybe 2 minutes late on the podcast because I needed to run downstairs to give me a nice big Yeti of some whiskey and Coke. By the way, I've got this one now called Whiskey Smith out of Texas. Lord of mercy. It tastes so good. You know, my motto is try something new. Stop screwing around with the same old shit. You can get away from the Crown Royals, the Jackson, the Jims once in a while. Try something else. Try something new. You would not believe the flavors that are out there. It's amazing. But anyway, let's get to the UFO front. Holy mother of ancient gods and everything else around him. What the hell is going on? By the way, Bugs is here. You can hear him in the background. I think. I don't know. Sometimes his mic picks him up. Sometimes it doesn't. Like that was him just now. Was not me. There he goes again. UFOs. Wow. UFOs in Congress. UFOs in the Nimitz. UFOs in NASA. It was quite a busy week for UFOs in all things government. And it's about to get busier, to be honest. And finally, I feel, I got to say this, I'm not really confident about this whole unintelligent committee thing and them investigating UFOs and putting up a front and then going behind closed doors because they can't disclose certain things. Literally, you can. You don't got to go behind closed doors. Did you fucking get a crashed ship or not? That's it. You don't need to tell us where it was, how it landed, how many people you killed, how many people it killed, or, did it squish a cow? I don't need to know all that. Did you use special technology to bring it down? Nobody cares. Are they real or not? Can you just give us that answer? Let us, go crazy in the way we think and, come up with our own fucking answers after that. But yes or no, it's really simple. Did you recover a craft? Yes or no? Was there aliens? Yes or no? For fuck's sake. Really. Things are so much easier when you just answer the yes or no fucking question. Everything is easier that way. If you're married, if you have a boss, if you have kids, it's yes or no. No, I don't want to hear, the long way around. Give me the short version with a simple yes or no. That's all I need. Anyway, so Congress is getting into it again before the end of the year, so it should be pretty cool. And let's just get started because there's some fascinating things in here that we need to chat about. I think Norm, was trying to find out if the podcast was on. I don't know if he figured it out yet. I see we got the Ortiz family on here from Corpus Christi. So they're on here listening right now. I don't know if it's just Dre on both phones or if Davina's really awake. I'm not really sure about that. It could be fake news a la Trump. Could be freaking Bugs is going hard right now. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started with my favorite dedication to the Prez, because we just love him so much. He loves him so much he forgets us. Check this out.
Get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Start my day. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, I can smell the smoke from the bacon. Let's go, see the sun shining from the windows. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Drink some water, brush my teeth. Get out of bed and I stretch. Bed in my hair is a mess. Look through my clothes for a fit. Anything I do is drip. Feel like a kid when I'm tick-tocking. I still keep it real as it is. I show my age, I don't switch often. I'm just as a dad as it gets. Try taking naps with my kids talking. I'm guessing this life how it is. And I can't wait for the weekend. Keep jammies on like I'm a kid. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, I can smell the smoke from the bacon. Let's go, see the sun shining from the windows. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Feel good, feel great, can't complain. Look out my window, see birds and planes. Sun's out, some clouds, it might rain. Siblings on my nerves again. Summertime, go for a swim. Wintertime, go grab a sled. Spring, I might need an umbrella. Fall back in school with my friends. Attitude change like the weather. My mom tell me it never ends. Like clocks, we evolve in a circle. Every 12 months we do it again. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space.
Bugs just farted, and it's all up in my mouth. U.S. warship encountered enormous UFO, black triangle emerging from the sea before flying into space, claims the crewman. This is the damn USS Nimitz again. What the fuck is going on with that ship? Can somebody tell me? What is it? 2001, we had the deal with the Tic Tac UFO, Lieutenant Fravor and the gang, everybody that was in that flotilla. In 2004. And they saw all of this madness. Of course, that's what brought the UFO phenomena to the forefront, right? But now we hear someone who says in 1991 the USS Nimitz had another encounter. Can someone tell me what is on the damn ship that is attracting UFOs the way it does? Is that the test ship where they got all the new technologies, and so it's attracting all these UFOs? What's going on? There was a guest on Quest TV who said that he was a crew member of the USS Nimitz back in 1991, and the ship went into dark mode. I don't know if some of you guys might be in the Navy or whatever. Maybe you've been through this while you're out at sea. But apparently when the ship goes dark, all electronics are shut off. No lights, no nothing. It's like dead in the water. It's just there at night. And they call it darkened ship. This is coming from a crew member who says that he got into the habit of going onto the deck at sunset because he was part of the photo production crew. And he liked to go out there just to see the sun go down. I mean, what can you do? You go out there, you have your memories, you think about your family and stuff like that when you're in the middle of the ocean, I guess. What do you do? So he's a petty officer at this time, part of the photo lab. And he said his nighttime is dark, so they went outside for a darkened ship. And then he feels like they forgot that he was out there. So he stayed on the deck. And basically what happens, there can be no lights anywhere on the ship. It's just there in the dark, just floating. He says when he went to open the bulkhead, it was locked. So he figured, maybe this shit happens all the time, I don't know. But he was out there, he couldn't open it. So he said, well, screw it, I'll just ride darkened ship out here, over by the starboard side, where people can't really see me. He didn't want to get in trouble. When he looked out over the ship starboard side, he saw something dark about 200 yards away. It was larger than the Nimitz itself. He said the Nimitz is about 1,119 feet in length. And it was larger. At 200 feet away, it looked larger than the Nimitz. He says this huge black triangle, when it came out of the water slowly, the water wasn't dripping from it. It just rose out of the water. It was almost like it had a force field or something, where the water could not cling to it. Freaking crazy. He said it rose out about 30 to 40 feet, very slowly, no noise, no type of propulsion on it. It was a fucking triangle. And then all of a sudden, it just took off. Gone. He estimated that this thing was doing up to maybe Mach 20, anywhere from 15 to 20. Crazy. He started to come out to talk about this when he saw the Nimitz incident that happened in 2004 with Lieutenant Fravor, the whole Tic Tac incident. It kind of encouraged him to come out and talk about this publicly. What the hell is going on with the USS Nimitz? What we don't see in the article is where this event actually occurred. But how do you live with that? How does that happen? If you're a seaman and you're out on the USS Nimitz, thanks, Bugs, in the early 90s, and you see a triangular ship coming out of the water way bigger than your own damn ship that you're on. I mean, the USS Nimitz is no punk ship. And the other thing is, why did the Nimitz go dark? It must have known that this craft was out there. It just boggles the mind. There's so many things are happening with the Nimitz. More than likely, this thing was out in the Pacific, that seems the area where the Nimitz likes to be, where the Navy likes to have it. What do you do at this point? And I'm sure everybody had to be at the ready as they went into this darkened ship mode. Mind-boggling what's going on. He said that the movements for this particular triangle were similar to what Lieutenant Commander Fravor saw in 2004 on the Nimitz when he was flying his F-18, fighting the shits probably after seeing something like that. But similar movement, different craft, many years before. It's a weird, you can't really explain what the hell is going on. But, you got to be thankful that this individual came forward because, again, it shows that there is a pattern which is not being recognized by government officials, that these UFOs are not brand new. They just didn't start flying around in 2004 with the Nimitz, at that Nimitz incident. It's been for a very long time, and since they seem to gravitate to military experiencers, military incidents, well, there you have it. Let's go back a few years. Let's go back to 1991. Okay, let's look at that, because you have someone, crewman Kevin Thomas, who said, I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to give you the news. And it's a perfect time now, because as we're going to see in one of the articles today, Congress is moving towards protecting people who may not, usually are not able to talk about things like this because of, repercussions or things like that. They're looking to protect those people. The link is in the description if you want to read the article yourself. But I really want to know, what is up with the Nimitz? Why is the Nimitz being sent to areas where you could genuinely say are UFO hotspots? I'm just saying, there's something about the Nimitz. Check this out.
weightlessness. Oh, Jesus.
Carmeline.
No description can equal this weightlessness.
This is nuts!
Oh, my God.
This is nuts.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm telling you.
Holy hell.
Oh, my goodness me. Oh, wow. I can't believe this.
The captain is such a dirty little boy. Several recent UFO sightings reported by pilots over the Pacific Ocean. So I've been listening to this thing, these audio recordings, right, between, the control towers, air traffic control, these pilots who are flying over the Pacific for the last week. And, a lot of these UFO, news outlets or whatever are reporting it. They got other recordings. And I actually have one for you right now that I just heard today for the first time. And in the full recording, it's about 6 pilots who are flying over the fucking Pacific, and they're all watching these fucking UFOs. The thing about these sightings is that they're nuts. These pilots know SpaceX. They know about the Starlink satellites. The pilots are also aware of any meteor showers in the area. One of them even calls out the Perseid meteor shower, and the movement of these UFOs do not coincide with any natural phenomena such as a meteor shower. And they're clear in calling that out because no one wants to be seen as a nut job. Let's be honest. But that veil of the phenomena, that ridicule is going away. It is literally being removed. So I'm going to play this for you. The audio is not that great. Just remember, these are pilots. They're talking over their radios or whatever. You hear the engine of the planes in the background. You've been on the fucking plane. Come on. It's noisy as hell. But I'm going to play this for you, and then we'll get into the article because, for fuck's sake, shit's going down, and it really, people are finally saying, fuck it all. This is why people don't listen to the podcast. I have a potty mouth. They're saying, fuck it all. We're going to report this the way we see it. So this is part of a clip where there's 6 different pilots, commercial pilots, who are over the Pacific, and they're just talking about this fucking UFO, a cluster of UFOs. And actually, the image that you see right now, as the episode photo, whatever the hell it is, that is a picture from one of the pilots that they took out of their airplane. And so one of the hosts of one of these damn news outlets actually circled all the UFOs that were on there. So you can pause it right now, take a look at it, then I'll play the audio. As part of the audio of these pilots talking to each other. There is another audio clip out there where they're talking to air traffic control out of California, but you'd have to look around to find that. And it might be in the article that's linked in the description, so you can check that out as well. But let me play this one for you. And these are the pilots. Again, it's not the best audio.
Okay, there it is. And there, barely see it. Oh, dang it, went away. Right there.
Yeah, we got it. And is your position currently between pivot and flight? We're actually up on the Zulu turret.
So everybody's seeing it.
Yeah, we eastbound on the Zulu turret, just about 80 miles out of Zulu, but yeah, we see it. Yeah, we're at 330 right over Simmons, and we're looking at it. 534. We're 30 miles west of Civic. It's 320 at 20 degrees north of the horizon, and it's probably it's either the SpaceX satellites or maybe it's the Perseus. There's a Perseus meteor tower this week.
It's not a satellite, it's not a meteor.
Yeah, these things are not moving like meteors. They're looks like they're orbiting every now and then and changing direction. We curve.
Emotional damage.
Listen, again, you're flying on an airplane over the Pacific and you see these UFOs doing some crazy shit. Nobody knows what it is. You know, one of the first reports that I ever looked into was happening in Japan. And we're talking about almost 10 years ago. And the report from these folks in Japan was that these UFOs were doing like this, you know, dancing motion. They were like flying in and out of formation. They were like just doing their thing. What the... Immediately after that, I was like, I'm done with ufology. I can't do this. Why would a UFO, an unidentified flying object, or now an unidentified aerial phenomena, do these ballets, kind of like ballets in the air? Made no sense to me. So I stopped with UFOs altogether for like about 4 years. But we're hearing this with these reports. In these reports, these guys were... In some of them, they were flying kind of like in a racetrack pattern, you know. They were just flying almost at random. None of them had a linear fashion. So it wasn't a meteor. It wasn't anything like that. Also, their altitude was way above the airplanes that are listed in this particular, or actually called out in this audio. So what the hell are they? There is another report where one particular pilot said these are way above, you know, any flight pattern of any airplanes. They're like almost in low orbit space. These reports came from Southwest Airlines, Hawaiian Airlines, and some other airlines between August 6th and September 23 of this year, this past summer. One of the pilots, one that you heard, he had tons of experience, right? He actually has been going around being interviewed about the situation. On August the 18th, he actually radioed the air traffic controllers in Los Angeles to find out what the hell is going on. The quote from this particular person, his name is Mark Halsey, he says, "We've got a few aircraft in our north here, and he's going around in circles of much higher altitude than us. Any idea what that is?" Of course, as usual, air traffic controllers have no idea what the fuck he's looking at because they don't show up on the damn radar. They're not there. Halsey, about 23 minutes later, called back and said there were 3 aircraft that he originally reported had increased to 7, so now they multiply. And they were flying between 5,000 to 10,000 feet above him. He said these things just keep going in circle. He added that he was an F-18 pilot, F-18, popular craft when it comes to UFO incidents, and the Marine Corps. And he says, "I've done many intercepts. I've never seen anything like this." In the recording, when he was speaking to air traffic controllers. All of this was gathered by Ben Hansen. Ben Hansen is a former FBI agent, and he is a host of Discovery Plus show called UFO Witness. And he's been getting all these recordings from air traffic controllers and these pilots. Something happened this summer over the Pacific that was freaking nuts. It wasn't satellites. It wasn't any meteors. There was something else up there. But as we know, many governments have secret space programs, so who knows what the hell it is? Who knows what the hell was up there? For all we know, it could be freaking robots that are building the next greatest thing in the space station. Nobody knows. But it's a curiosity that these pilots all witnessed this all at the same damn time. So you can't say that any one of these was hitting the mini bottles of vodka or they were flying. No, these guys were all seeing it. Upwards of 15 different commercial flights, according to Ben Hansen, reported seeing UFO activity over the Pacific during that time frame over the summer. So there's no accident. No accident here. No one's on some kind of funny stuff. This is real. There is a 63-year-old who has tons of experience as a pilot, 32,000 hours of flight experience. He said he saw the objects appear within Earth's orbit, but they could have been in outer space. So when he was flying, his name is Van Voorhees. When he was on his flight, he felt like the objects that he saw were almost in outer space, low orbit. He says these things had a very, very, very high orbit and actually could have been in outer space, quite a ways away from anything that a satellite would be, because every time we were seeing it, it was in the lower right-hand corner of the Big Dipper, no matter where we were in the world. So these things definitely are in a particular area. He also said that there's no way these things could have been satellites or Elon Musk's Starlink system, because they were moving in different directions instead of all in the same direction. Something went down over the summer. Again, you can't rule out it being, whether it be the United States government, it could be China, it could be Russia, it could be somebody else, having some kind of a secret space program. We've actually heard in recent weeks of private companies who are sending out robots to build space stations in space. They could have been testing it. Nobody fucking knows. But either way, we have a significant amount of time, almost 2 months worth of UFO sightings by commercial aircraft pilots, which could very well play into the next story, which has to do with the National Defense Authorization Act. Things are heating up. In one way or another, at least people are being a bit more open, more comfortable in coming through. And this could be a turn of events. At least we get answers. At least we can get to the point where this is not a phenomenon. It's not an unknown. We can identify some of these things and move forward. But I don't know. I just don't see why alien ships, if we can, all things considered, why would alien ships come into our low orbit and just do the dance of joy just for fuck's sake? It's got to mean something to somebody. Come on. Check this out.
I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No, no. I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No, no. This ain't easy, darling, 'cause the devil's on my trail. I've been running so long that my feet don't work no more. Oh yeah. I've been running so long that my feet don't
effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
UFO cover-ups could end by Christmas of this year if the U.S. government says you're safe. You can talk all you want. Could you imagine what would happen if there was a law that said if you have UFO evidence, if you have UFO experience, if you have a story to tell, that your whatever NDA, whatever non-disclosure agreement you signed before this incident doesn't mean dick. Can you imagine how many people will not wait to the deathbed to tell what the hell's going on? Those are really the worst for me. I have this thing about these deathbed confessions when it comes to UFO incidents and stuff like that. It just drives me insane. You're making zero impact by doing this right before you check out. Let's be honest. According to many outlets, the congressional hearings on UAP/undersea phenomena might just take a turn for the better, because every year, of course, we know the National Defense Authorization Act is signed into law, which that's how we ended up with these fucking UFO offices. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing, right? But we're back at the end of the year because this is how we get the budget for, these national defense agencies. And so the NDAA is coming back around again to give some money out, but it also creates things. One of the things that they're looking at is a particular language which kind of protects whistleblowers, gives them some protections when it comes to the UFO situation. So if this language actually remains in there, the NDAA, when it's signed to law, is going to protect people. People can come forward and not, quote unquote, bunny ears, be afraid of telling the truth about incidents or whatever it is. So it could be absolutely nuts what happens. This could be a new window into people coming forward and be able to disclose what's really going on. And again, they might be mistaken about what the hell is going on, but who knows? Who knows what the heck could come out of this? Now, they're saying that some people have been already contacted. They're saying that folks who have allegedly insider information on regarding UFOs and, black budgets and things like that, UFO incidents, activity, that they have already been contacted and they're on the ready to go before Congress and talk about these things that they've experienced or seen or have knowledge about. That's just crazy. Some of the things that apparently will be off topic if this actually happens will be a UAP, UFO retrieval, back engineering programs, things that apparently have already been verified by Congress. Again, I can't exactly confirm or deny that because they probably have. They probably have, and they're just playing dumb. Who knows? Jeremy Corbell actually chimed in on this and said, regarding the UFO mystery, the silver bullet is coming. I don't know about that. Is it really a silver bullet? If the NDA agreement can be removed, if NDA agreements can be nullified, then yes, this will be the silver bullet. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to worry about repercussions, though they will happen. In some way or another, they're going to get to your ass. Let's be honest. That's just the way it works. But if you get before Congress, you may have some protections, maybe enough so that your life is not in danger at least. But you're going to get some shit, I guarantee you. At least in the beginning. But that's what we're actually waiting for it to happen. So it is very possible that if this NDAA is signed into law, according to this news report, that many of these whistleblowers will come forward before Congress before the end of the year and be able to not only receive amnesty and immunity, but we'll be able to give you some reports that you've never heard before. Some new information, new details, new programs. Call to Congress. Now, we already know what happened the last time we had a hearing in Congress. Half the shit, we only got like a quarter of it. The rest of the shit was held behind closed doors. And we didn't get any info from that. But this should be public. Fingers crossed that these guys are not like stifled in any way. And they're able to come forward and give this information publicly, broadcast it to the world. They've got to be able to do this. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel good about it. Because, like I said, deathbed confessions don't help anybody. Because once you die, you can't present any evidence. You can't present any dates. You can't present anything. A lot of times with deathbed confessions, they don't get all the info out that they need to. They don't get all the evidence out. And so we're left with an aha moment without any data to back it up. So we can't have that anymore. This is going to stop that. You don't have to worry about things going awry with this being out there. I'm sure that's what they want. I'm sure that's the way it should be. Once this NDAA language is approved and signed into law, but we will see if it's going to get us anywhere. I have a feeling it's going to be tough. But if we can get some new people in the limelight when it comes to ufology and UFO and the phenomena, that'd be fantastic. We're tired of seeing the same old fucking people all the time. Because we see their story and what they talk about year after year in every new UFO sitcom, any new UFO show that's out there, on the History Channel and all that kind of shit. We need new people. We need the real people that have the real stories that can be proven. I'm just saying. Let's do something about that. One more article to go. And it's about NASA. Check this out.
I'm sturdy like a milli rocket. Skin clear, still look young, Andy Miller knockers. Money in my pocket, don't call me a money pocket. Engine get to rocket, it sound like a thunder rocket. Yeah, I still love my baby even when it's toxic. Crazy like she Britney, but no, she don't shade the knock. Russell Wilson way I get low and stay in the pocket. I get paid and do my dance like a touchdown. Yeah, I can't do no time, don't leave that gun around. In my teens, we were acting up and running around. Now we're grown, still get to it if it's necessary. On the ground from January to January. Never met nobody who retired when they were young. So I guess I gotta get it to the cemetery. Getting paid just for rapping is fun. I lit up around a month in every February. Told him side, no electric. It's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told him slide, no electric. Yeah. It's getting hectic. 777. Yeah. 777. Couple in one in my head just to say they did it. Can't lie, I'm so paranoid and the windows tinted. I own everything around me, you can say it's rented. Not talking phone numbers when I'm talking 7 digits. Earn it by the day, every second minute. Used to pay me none, look, now they pay attention. Everybody say they drip, but I banded it. See them copy all the looks, but I stay switching. Pick up the loot, then hit the bank. Can't never change, still wrote the change. Captain say the pay, this ain't the day. They made me wait, I'm breaking chains. Yeah. Tell me feeling bubbly out the rose. Took a minute, but I got it out the slow way. Friends turn to foes, haters tell them go away. Rappers making shiggy dance like a soul train. Told them slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told them slide, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777. Yeah. 777.
Ladies and gentlemen, finally, NASA is getting his shit in gear. It turns out that NASA, who freaking announced was in June that they're going to have a UFO study group. This is really what it is. It's like when you were in college. You know, math was hard as fuck, or you couldn't freaking pass chemistry or something like that. So you got a study group together. This is what's happening with NASA right now. They're getting the little study group together because they promised this was going to happen in June. They're going to commission a study to investigate UFOs. Don't get it twisted. They are not investigating shit. They're going to spend $100,000 for about 9 months in order to investigate the shit we already know. It's not new shit. They're not trying to look for UFOs. They're going to take the data that we already saw from the reports that were given to Congress, and they're going to look at how can we make this better from our perspective. Nope. It's not happening. We don't need people to look at shit, NASA. This is the problem with you. Starting tomorrow, NASA will begin looking at how to make things better. They're going to focus on how they could be better organized and be able to analyze the future mysteries of the skies. The fuck are you talking about, NASA? I don't understand this. Hey, this is a cryptic message. This is the one group who has enough things in the sky, enough equipment, enough satellites. It has everything. These guys get billions of dollars to shoot up telescopes into deep space. Satellites that have left our solar system. If anyone has a significant amount of data to figure things out, it is NASA. But they are literally at the bottom of the list when it comes to this conversation. There is a quote here from Thomas Zurbuchen, who says exploring the unknown in space and the atmosphere is at the heart of who we are at NASA. What the fuck? That's the shit you do the least, Thomas Zurbuchen. That's the one thing you don't do. Of course, he's the Associate Administrator of the Science Mission Directorate at NASA headquarters. But you don't do none of that shit. Let's be honest. Just be honest. This is a 16-member study group. Hopefully somebody brings snacks to these meetings because some of them are going to fall asleep. I guarantee you. I'm going to read the names of 4 of them. The other 12, you could just do it. And here's the other thing. NASA, why didn't you just get 12 people and just call them the Majestic 12 too? I mean, that would have been cooler for us in ufology. We would have loved that, seeing someone call a group the Majestic 12 again. Why not? Anna Maria Barea, who is an associate professor of computational and data science at George Mason University. She's also a research affiliate with the SETI Institute in Mountain View, California. SETI had to get its nuts in there somewhere. Sadly enough, no. Scott Kelly, former NASA astronaut, test pilot, fighter pilot, and retired U.S. Navy captain. Everybody knows Scott Kelly. Thank you for joining the crew, Baldy. Hopefully, you can make a difference. Matt Mountain, president of the Associate of Universities of Research in Astronomy and a telescope scientist for NASA's James Webb Space Telescope. Unfortunately, you're not going to turn that bitch around to look towards the planet, so I don't know how you're helpful at all, Matt, but kudos on ruining your career. Warren Randolph, Deputy Executive Director of the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, who tried to screw the pooch with Elon Musk. Thank you, FAA, you fuckers. And he's part of the Accident Investigation and Prevention for Aviation Safety Department. What? What the fuck is he? He's going to be looking at UFOs from what? An accident perspective? I don't understand why he's there. These are 4 of the 16 people they've chosen for this fucking study group. That really right now, with just reading these 4, Scott Kelly is the only one that makes any kind of sense. But the other 3, why? Okay, what are you studying? I think NASA is way late to this public show of support for UFOs, especially since they've been accused of editing images, editing videos, and removing artifacts from many of their space exploration missions, to where they could lead to additional questions regarding mysteries of space and UFO phenomena. You guys are way too late for this. I will not hold my breath for this baby to pop in 9 months. Honestly, where the fuck are we going with this? If the NDAA gives all the people that back in the past were called kooks of UFO a platform to talk, why the fuck is NASA even involved in any of it? There literally is 2 different camps here that are investigating UFOs. We got NASA trying to do the science bit of it, but yet we have people who are going to be reporting possibly that NASA might have known about some of these programs. Where do you go then, Zerbecken? Where do you go then? If someone's going before NASA because of the new removal of the NDAs, because people are being protected, where do you go then? If you're ratted on, if someone goes before Congress that says NASA have full knowledge of any 1 or 2 UFO incidents, I don't know. It kind of makes this group here, starting on Monday, by the way, the study group, useless, meaningless. Shit happens, but it's going to cost us $100,000 in taxpayer money for us to find out that NASA is part of the whole problem. But we already know that. There's a lot of problems caused by NASA. And it would not be surprising if UFO and UAP knowledge is one of them. Just to the end of the podcast, I'm going to be talking to the Asgardians. We need to put together another Christmas special for you guys to listen to and hate or love. I don't know. But we got to capture it all on video this time. It's not going to be the 12 Days of Christmas because that was hard as hell to do. Especially, because we're all over the U.S. We're not all in one place. But if you're interested in being part of that, let me know. Shoot me an email, hit a like, subscribe, share. Let me know that you're interested in being part of the Asgardians and the Tempest universe. And we'll get you on for our new Christmas show. What if everyone's going to dress up like Santa or Batman or Robin or I don't know. Whatever works, I guess. In the meantime, thank you for listening. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm cooking up some plans to actually do the podcast from the liquor store so that I can get back to doing, 2 to 3 episodes a week. There definitely is going to be enough news by the end of the year to keep us going. With that, I say ciao, farewell. Until next time. Bye.
Strange vibration.
after me. I don't give a fuck.
Emotional damage.